What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to This Week in Esports and Gaming, the show where we talk about the latest and greatest for business happenings in gaming, esports, and creator news. I'm your host, Mark. How you might be wondering, Mark, why did this little red dot here on your face? Is it because you took a turn too hard on your 80-mile bike ride when you were going downhill and you just absolutely skidded across the pavement? Wrong. It was actually a 100-mile bike ride. But yes, I did skid across the pavement if you were wondering and curious. This is going to be the last This Week in Esports and Gaming for 2023. I have hopefully more of these planned for 2024. It should be very exciting. And, I appreciate everyone for supporting. But without further ado, let's dive right into this week's news. For our first top 3 story, we're just going to cover the top esports tournaments of 2023. Courtesy of Esports Charts, they made a list of the top 10 most popular esports tournaments by peak viewership. And it might surprise you who was on the list depending on how closely you follow esports. Caveat, before I list them all, know that the rankings are based on peak viewership without taking into account Chinese streaming services. So at number 10, we have the LCK Spring 2023 with 1.467 million peak viewers. At number 9, we have the Blast Paris Major with 1.528 million viewers. At number 8, we have the LCK Summer 2023 with 1.528 million viewers. At number 7, we have the MPL Indonesia Season 11 with 1.888 million viewers. At number 6, we have MPL Indonesia Season 12 with 2.1 million viewers. At number 5, we have MSI 2023 with 2.297 million viewers. And now we're going to get into some bigger numbers here. At number 4, we have the MLBB SEA Cup 2023 with 3.65 million peak viewers. Number 3, we have M4 World Championship with 4.27 million viewers. At number 2, we have the M5 World Championship with 5.067 million viewers. And at number 1, we have the League of Legends World Championship 2023 with 6.402 million viewers, which also set an esports record for most watched tournament of all time. So, did you notice anything about this list? Well, 5 of the tournaments were for Mobile Legends Bang Bang, and 4 of them were for League of Legends, with Counter-Strike occupying 1 spot. Basically, it seems to me that League of Legends and MLBB have some of the most, consistent or dedicated fan bases, whether it's because the game is good itself, or maybe the marketing is good around the event and the games, or whether it's easy to actually watch those games, or maybe because the teams that play in those tournaments have just been really good and really popular. Either way, it doesn't really matter because they are consistently the top for 2023, and we'll see if that continues in 2024. It's also one of the first few times in a while that Dota 2's TI has not made the list. So I think it should put the map I should put MLBB on the map for Western esports teams. That being said, viewership is heavily skewed towards Asia, as we know, so we'll see how this continues to develop in the near future. China has announced new gaming regulations. The Chinese regulators recently announced a new set of rules to reduce spending and rewards that encourage folks to play video games. According to Josh Yi of Reuters, the new rules basically they set limits for spending in online games, and they wiped nearly $80 billion in market value from the 2 largest gaming companies in China of NetEase and Tencent. Games can no longer offer daily login bonuses and rewards for spending money on them for the first time or several times consecutively, which is common among many games now. This also comes as there are a number of stories about overspending and perhaps even gambling addiction amongst younger gamers in China. Additionally, games will be barred from probability-based lucky draw features to minors and from enabling speculation and auction of virtual game items. Analyst Ivan Su says that these changes could eventually force publishers to fundamentally overhaul their game design and monetization strategies. All this being said, the new rules also have a proposal that will require regulators to process game approvals within 60 days, which could accelerate games that get approved in the country. At the same time as this announcement, China approved licenses for 40 new imported games for domestic release, which is a positive sign for gaming overall there. Additionally, Chinese game publishers will now require user data to be stored on servers within China rather than in foreign locations, and the administration is seeking public comment on the rules through January 22nd of 2024. At first glance, this seems a bit restrictive, which it is, but it also makes sense given Chinese government's their stance to reduce gaming addiction, so any behaviors that try to make games more addictive will be stopped. That being said, because they let those games pass through, those foreign games for domestic release, maybe they're not also negative on games in general, but maybe just specific game mechanisms that make it more addicting. Always something interesting happening in China with gaming. Activision Blizzard have lots of executive changes here after their acquisition with Microsoft. Bobby Kotick will no longer be the CEO of Activision Blizzard. Starting on December 29th, 2023, he has served as the CEO of Activision since 1991, and so his tenure spans 30 plus years at the company, in which he saw Activision grow to a powerhouse that they are in gaming now. Game franchises like Call of Duty, Overwatch, Diablo, Crash Bandicoot, World of Warcraft, and are among others of the most known under the Activision Blizzard portfolio. That being said, there are many controversies over the years, such as the many many layoffs in his time as CEO, as well as lawsuits against the company over, fostering a culture of harassment and discrimination against women. Many employees have demanded Bobby's resignation over the years so that the Microsoft and Activision Blizzard acquisition will actually be the end of his role at the company. At the same time, Activision Blizzard will see CCO Lulu Maservi, as well as Vice Chairman of Blizzard and King Humam Shakinini, will be leaving in the coming weeks as well. With the merger, also many other executive changes, as detailed by Matt Booty and Phil Spencer, will be as follows. Thomas Tipple, the Vice Chairman of Activision Blizzard, Rob Kostic, the President of Activision Publishing, and Mike Ybarra, President of Blizzard Entertainment, and Chodolf Solmstad, the President of King, will report to Matt Booty, who is the President of Game Content and Studios. Brian Bulatow, who's the Chief Administrative Officer, report to Dave McCarthy, the Chief Operations Officer for Microsoft Gaming. Julie Hodges, the Chief People Officer of Activision Blizzard, will report to Cynthia Purley, the Corporate Vice President for Gaming HR at Microsoft. Grant Dixon, the Chief Legal Officer, will report to Linda Norman, the Corporate Vice President for Gaming SILA at Microsoft. And then Armin Zerza, the Chief Financial Officer, will continue to report to Tim Stewart, the Corporate Vice President for Finance, and Carrie Perez, the GM of Communications, will be supported on a leadership transition plan for the Activision Blizzard King Communications team. So lots to digest there, so I'll just end it right there for you to kind of process that as you please. As far as partnerships go, Giant X have partnered with Shikenso Analytics. The newly formed Giant X will use Shikenso's AI marketing and sponsorship analytics tools to evaluate current and partner sponsors during streams, as well as video content, partner integration, social media, and more. Resolve Esports will partner with the renewable energy company GridServe. The partnership will see GridServe become the headline sponsor of Resolve Esports Rocket League team, with branding being featured on the in-game decal for 2024. The team will also be named GridServe Resolve and will work with GridServe to create content that promotes its mission statement, which is to deliver sustainable power and transport from sun to wheel. Guild Esports partnered with Endex and renewed their partnership with Subway. Their partnership with esports trading platform Endex is a one-year deal that will focus on seeing Guild's CS players added to Endex as tradable players. The org will also earn a % of revenue created by the sales of the players through its platform, and Endex operates like a stock market, with each player's stock rising or falling depending on how they perform in each match, with each player also having 21 million shares issued, which is a pretty neat concept in my opinion. Guild's Subway partnership will see the renewal for one extra year beginning on January 1st, and Subway will receive front of shirt placement on Guild's Pro and Academy jerseys, and we'll see what else comes from this sponsorship as well. Kick.com partners up with Sauber Group. This means that Kick will be the new title sponsor of Sauber's team, since Alfa Romeo will no longer be the title sponsor. As such, Sauber's team name will be Stake F1 Team Kick Sauber for the 2024 F1 season, and the chassis of the car will also be known as Kick Sauber C44 as well. As far as finance and M&A goes, Keyword Studios have acquired Multiplayer Group. This is one of the larger acquisitions recently, with it totaling around $96.6 million. The Multiplayer Group has worked with the likes of Activision, 2K, Bethesda, EA, Mediatonic, Techland, and many other reputable gaming companies. And MPG have around 350 staff globally, and the leadership team will remain at the company post-acquisition. Google are going to pay a $700 million settlement, and they changed their App Store rules as well. The New York Attorney General, along with a coalition of attorney generals from all 50 states in the United States, also settled an antitrust lawsuit against Google, in addition to the big Epic Games lawsuit that was featured recently. This lawsuit, which was settled in September, is now resulting in Google paying $700 million and making a few temporary changes on its way to its App Store, which is run in the United States, such as technically enabling Android to allow the installation of third-party apps on mobile devices through means other than Google Play, letting devs offer an alternative in-app bill system next to Google Play, and others as well. Activision Blizzard are going to settle the California unequal pay case for $56 million. Activision Blizzard entered an agreement with the California Civil Rights Department to settle its 2021 case alleging sexual discrimination in its employee employment practices. This settlement will result in the amended claim that focuses solely on claims of unequal compensation and promotion practices on the basis of sex from 2015 to 2020, and as much as $46.75 million will go towards women employees who said that they received inequitable pay from 2015 to 2020, and the rest will go towards attorneys' fees. As far as workforce changes go, Erica Kress and Inga Howe will join ESL Faceit Group as the VP of Consumer Marketing and the VP of Corporate Comms and PR, and Farrell Sweeney has been promoted to VP of Marketing Strategy, Planning, and Operations at ESL Faceit Group. Erica is most recently with the VP of Marketing with Esports Engine, and was previously the head of strategic partnerships there as well. Previously, she spent 14 years at Columbus Crew Soccer Club as the VP of Marketing and Communications, and has lots of experience in sports as well. She holds a bachelor's in sport management from Kent State University. Inga was the Global Marketing Director for the global agency Design Bridge and Partners for the past 10 years. She has lots of experience in marketing and comms, as she spent time with other agencies like GP Studio and Wolf Olins as well. She holds a PhD from Moscow State University, and Farrell's role is a promotion from her previous role as Senior Director of Partner Management Brand Partnerships for Americas. She was also doing writing on the side for Dancing Astronaut, which is a music-focused publication, which is pretty cool. She's been with ESL for nearly 7 years at this point and holds a degree in PR from UNC Chapel Hill. 𝗶𝗶 Robinson has joined Immortals as a social media coordinator. 𝗶𝗶 has lots of experience in social media, as she's done social for Upcomer, Misfits, and most recently Golden Guardians. She holds a bachelor's in digital communication and media from Arizona State University. Henry Lewis joins Talent as the performance manager. Henry was the CEO of Echo Esports for the past 2.5 years and was also the COO for Team NXL in the past. He was previously a pro player for Dota and League as well, and holds a bachelor's in computer engineering from Palita Harapan University. Kyle Vaugenson and 𝗠𝗿 𝗖𝗶 have been promoted to Senior Account Manager at TWIEG Gaming. Kyle's been with TWIEG for about 2.5 years now and was an account manager in that time before. Previously, he was the GM at Lazarus Esports and spent time at Anixia Esports and ESL for Crossfire specifically. 𝗠𝗿 joined at the same time as Kyle, so they've both been in the TWIEG for 2.5 years. 𝗠𝗿 was doing BD for Esports 1 and was the manager at Tamu Collegiate League of Legends team. He holds a bachelor's in economics from Texas A&M University. Anthony Stevenson has been promoted to the SVP of Ventures Marketing at EA. He's been with EA for a long time, specifically over 16 years, and he was most recently the SVP of Brand and Strategic Growth with the company, having served in other roles with brand management for EA Sports in the past. He also spent time at PepsiCo and GE as well, and he holds a bachelor's in Business Process Management from Indiana University. Steven Totilo has gone independent and has founded GameFile. He announced that he will be going independent after being with Axios for nearly 3 years on the gaming news. Previously, he was with Kotaku for 12 years as the editor-in-chief and was with MTV in the past as well. He holds a bachelor's from Columbia University's School of Journalism. As far as new stuff goes, Sony published a patent that allows esports fans to participate and affect esports matches. According to esports.net, it's called triggering virtual help or hindrance based on audience participation tiers, and essentially it's a system that would allow viewers to interact with the matches that they're watching, either helping their team or disrupting the opposing team based on inputs, viewership, and certain actions, which is honestly pretty cool, and that would make esports more engaging for viewers, but definitely not aid in competitive fairness in my opinion. But either way, we'll see if this actually goes anywhere. Blast have added Cloud9 as a Blast Premier member team. Cloud9 will take over the slot that was previously occupied by Evil Geniuses, which means that Cloud9 will now have a consistent slot in the Blast Premier tournaments for the coming future. They will join the likes of Team Vitality, FaZe Clan, Team Liquid, and others with Blast Premier as well. Tommy Hilfiger have delved into gaming with Fashionverse. Fashionverse is a new styling game that merges fashion and gaming with stylistic avatars as well as generative AI. Interestingly enough, it'll be available on Netflix starting January 16th, with the game being made by Brandable Games and published by Tilting Point. That's it for this week in esports and gaming. Thank you so much for the authors and brands themselves for the images and information provided. This is the last one of the year once again. And if you want to go show some support to the esports advocate, click their link in the comments down below. If you want to go share this, share the holiday cheer and support me as well, go either tag someone in the comments who might find this valuable or just share it with your audience. And as always, everybody, have a great day and I will see you in the new year.